Back here live from Turner Stadium. 12 minutes on the clock here to start the second quarter as Oak Ridge is going to be going south to north, or north to south, right or left to right, as they have switched sides of the field. 26-yard line is where the ball is marked. 2nd down and 8. And they are down 21 points. Brent, they have to get something on this drive.
They really do.
I'm sorry, it's not Summer Creek ball. It's Summer Creek ball as they're going to take that one up towards the near side. And gaining 7 yards is Broderick Jones. And I don't know how I got that mixed up. I apologize for that one.
Well, right now, actually, you weren't too far off. What Oak Ridge needs right now, they need a strip. They need a turnover.
And that ball is going to go to Jones again. He's trying to find the right side, but he finds a hole and falls forward into one of his own men, and then he's brought down by a host of tacklers. But it's going to be a first down, it looks like, for Summer Creek. They're inside the red zone now. Ball's going to be marked down. Let's see where they officially mark it. It looks like they're standing at about the 17-yard line. So actually, it's 4th down here. So Walker's going to go in the gun on 4th down. They're going to go for it. And I do agree with this call by Coach Brian Ford, as that ball is going to be handed off to Jones, who's going to be wrapped up in the backfield, and he is done. He is tackled and loss of 2 yards. Turnover on downs, instant penetration there for the Oak Ridge War Eagles, and that is the stop they needed.
Yeah, Sergio Munoz got just right in there, wrapped him up before he could even really get back to the line of scrimmage. And as a result, we got a turnover on downs, Oak Ridge ball.
So, like I was saying, I still agree with the call by Coach Brian Ford for Summer Creek to go for it there. They've been playing pretty aggressive tonight. They got the onside kick. They got points off of that. It's been working out for them playing aggressive, and this is the first time it's really come back to bite them.
Yeah, but I would still keep up with that momentum because it has been successful more times than not.
Letney in the gun. Now he's taking the snap under pressure. He's rolling out, trying to find some room to run. Here it comes down the field, looking for somewhere to go with the ball, and he keeps it himself and gains 11 yards before he's brought down at the 34-yard or 33-yard line in the middle of the field. Good scramble there by Letney as nobody was open downfield.
No, Kobe Raphael had to come up and even get him to keep him from getting more than 11 yards on that play.
Letney waiting for the call on the sidelines. He's in the gun. They're going to go 2 wide receivers far too near. Ball sitting on the 33-yard line. 1st and 10. 10:31 to go on the clock. Waiting in the pistol now. Waiting for the snap. Here it comes. He's going to drop back to pass, looking, and he's going to dump it off to his running back on the near side at the 30-yard line, and he's going to take it down to the 34 before he's brought down. So it's really only a gain of about a yard on that play.
It is, but it's also a good way of testing what the secondary is going to do in a pass situation. And in this case, Steven Stephan really answered the call with that hit that he put on him, knocking him down, so getting credit for the tackle.
Jimmy Moore making the catch on that in the backfield as they're standing in the gun, putting a man in motion. Here it comes. It's going to be a fake jet sweep, but it's going to go back to Moore, who's going to take it up the middle. And he's actually met at the line of scrimmage and brought down, so no gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 9.
No, Walter Shelby for Summer Creek read that play very well, shifted over to the left-hand side as the sweep was occurring, and bam, brought him down.
So 3rd down and 9 for the Oak Ridge War Eagles. They have to get something going on this drive as they are down 21-0 with 9:23 to go here in the first half. Trips to the near side, waiting in the gun. Here he comes, dropping back to pass. Now he's under some pressure, trying to dump the ball off to one of his wide receivers, and he connects on the wide receiver on the throw off the back foot, and he gets number 24 making the catch, but it's a little short. He's going to be 4th down and 6, and that's Marcellus Sparks. And that was a very dangerous throw off his back foot, but he was able to connect.
Yeah, it was very dangerous because you were looking at interception possibilities by Steven Stephan, who was right there on the play.
So now here comes the punting unit for Oak Ridge. And it's a fake. No, correction, the ball was on the ground. I was looking back at the punter, and I did not locate the ball on that play. That's why I didn't see the ball, because I thought it had been snapped, and it was an illegal snap.
And I still, everything was pretty much covered from our viewpoint. We really couldn't see exactly what led up to it being an illegal snap.
So that'll make it 4th and 11 now. Summer Creek definitely not coming with the pressure here to try to block it, and it is kicked up high, and it's an end-over-end kick. It's going to bounce at the 43-yard line and take a good Oak Ridge bounce all the way down to the, looks like it's going to be down at the 11, so a very good punt there. And we are going to see that Oak Ridge offense back out on the field, or I'm sorry, that Summer Creek offense back out on the field after that Oak Ridge 3-and-out.
JW, it looks like there's another flag on that play.
Yeah, and it's right there in the area where they were snapping the ball, so we'll see what that call is.
Well, I don't think the referee's mic was turned on.
No,
so.
I was trying to decipher exactly what the call was, but I only saw part of it. But let's see where they mark the ball. I think it was, yeah, it's definitely going to be against Oak Ridge here as they're moving. Well, maybe I should not talk before. It's going to be against Summer Creek. So that takes it from the 11-yard line down to the 5, maybe 6-yard line.
So depending on what the call is, we might be looking at a call that was half the distance.
Yeah, well, inside of that distance, inside at the 11-yard line, almost everything's half the distance at that point. And here comes
Now the Bulldog coaching staff is still discussing it with the referees exactly what the call is and what's going on.
Well, I'm sure Coach Ford just wants an explanation over there as to exactly what happened and why the ball is placed where it is.
And I think by the way he's pointing, I think ball placement is what he's discussing with them.
Well, he's made his case and nothing was changed, so it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Summer Creek Bulldogs on the 5-yard line. That ball is going to be handed off to Jones, who's going to take it up the middle. They're trying to find some extra room to run, and he bounced around a little bit, gains 4 yards, and now he's down to the 6. Or I'm sorry, the 9-yard line.
But if you notice, Jacob Cullenschmidt did exactly what I said earlier he needs to do. Grab at the waist and bring down the legs. Stop the run.
So now in the gun is Walker, who will hand the ball off. It's going to go to Wanzo, who takes it towards the near side of the field, and he's forced out of bounds at the 15, but it's going to be a 1st down for the Summer Creek Bulldogs, and they're still leading 21-0, 7:36 to go. They're in control of this ball game.
Give Grant Stewart a little bit of credit on that. He was able to put him in the grasp and just lead him to knock him out of bounds.
So 1st and 10, Bulldogs. They got 2 wide receivers at the far side, 1 to the near. Ball on the 15, maybe actually 16-yard line, and that's going to be a handoff to, looks like it's going to be Jones in the backfield, getting met right at the line of scrimmage. Correction, it's Miles Wanza. They both have a very similar running style, so it's hard to tell them apart until I can see the number. But either way, it's a loss of a yard. So it's going to be 2nd down and 11 at the 19-yard line.
Yeah, because Brennan Young for Oak Ridge read that play very well, and he was able to break through on that right side and get him in the grasp for the loss.
Walker takes the snap, tosses quick over the middle, and it's almost picked off as that one was just overthrown, and that was targeting number 21.
And we also have a flag on the play.
So that was going to Trey Johnson, but like you said, a flag was thrown on the play. It's going to be I'm not exactly sure what that one's going to be. It's going to be either a hold or a pass interference. So we'll see what the call is, but they're moving that direction towards advancement of the ball.
Defense to spot foul. 1st down.
There you go. Pass interference against the defense. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Summer Creek Bulldogs.
And these type of penalties are something that Oak Ridge absolutely needs to avoid if they want to get back in this game.
2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Walker taking himself up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles down to the 35. He's got a little bit of room to run down to the 45. Now he's going to try to take it back, and he's out at the 48-yard line. Very good run there by Walker. That's the 2nd or 3rd time he's really been able to break free and take off for a run. Actually, it's the 3rd. The first one coming on that very long run at the beginning of the game.
And it was a good run. Credit to Xavier Johnson for Oak Ridge being able to run cross field and be able to catch him and lead him out of bounds.
So this time they'll go trips to the far side. Ball on the 48-yard line. Waiting in the gun is Walker. He's rolling out to the right side, looking down the field, and he's got his man. That's Zarian Holcomb making the catch for a first down at the 41-yard line. And Holcomb just had to fall down to catch it. It was a low throw, but he made the catch.
Ball at the Golden Eagle 41-yard line.
First and 10 for the Summer Creek Bulldogs. Ball at the 41. Waiting this in the gun is Walker. He hands the ball off to his running back, who takes it up the middle down to the 35-yard line before he's brought down. And actually, they're going to mark him down at the 37. So Wanza taking the carry up that time. 2nd and 10 or 2nd and 7 is going to be the call here.
Ball at the 37-yard line. And 3 on the play, 2nd and 7.
This is both teams' final game of the season. Neither one qualifying for the playoffs this year. Got to be a frustrating situation for Coach Ford, as they were so prevalent and powerhouse in 4As. That one's going to be handed off. No, it's going to be kept by Walker, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield on the blind side.
Oh.
And it came out of nowhere. He didn't even see it coming.
He didn't. Grant Stewart just broke through that offensive line virtually untouched and just had him in the grasp before the play actually could develop.
Well, if you saw if you're watching the video feed at any point, I know we're live, just audio, but the video feed, the replay showed it as even the camera person was faked out on that play. I was watching Wanza all the way, and then I realized that Walker was wrapped up in the backfield and he lost all those yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 10. 2 wide receivers far near. Holcomb in the slot on the far side, waiting for the snap is Walker. He puts a man in motion. Here he comes down towards the near side. Now he's going to roll out towards the left. He's got his wide receiver just out of the hands of Chris Augustine, overthrown and incomplete. It's going to be 4th and 10.
And JW, one of the things that I've seen on the Oak Ridge defense, it looks like they've already made some adjustments. If you notice, they're getting a little bit more aggressive coming at the quarterback and handling those sweeps. They didn't have any problem handling anytime the running backs would go down the middle, but the sweeps would burn them, and it looks like they've made some adjustments on that.
Well, this all year I've seen these guys run a couple of times. I've seen them play a couple of times, and what it is Summer Creek likes to set the edge, they like to run around the edges. They like to throw to the outside, and it seems like Oak Ridge has really done well. But since they're taking a timeout, I'm going to go ahead and let some people know about some stuff going on for Texan Live. Houston High School football, the Houston High School football wrap-up show. Don't forget to tune into Fox Sports Southwest tonight after our game from 11 to midnight for the Houston High School football wrap-up show presented by Texan Drive. Join Howard Chin, Ted Johnson, Courtney Rowland, and Courtney Madden as they take you around the city with all the week's football action. The Houston High School football wrap-up show presented by Texan Drive tonight from 11 to midnight on Fox Sports Southwest. And also, I just want to let everybody know that we have 3 games on tap tomorrow at Texan Live. Get started with your early 11 a.m. kickoff as the undefeated Katy Tigers take on the undefeated Cinco Ranch Cougars with their District 19 6A title on the line. Elsewhere, Barboursville takes on Kingwood Park in the nightcap as Tompkins faces Katy Taylor. Texan Live, your new home for the Houston High School foot.
And the Houston High School Sports Show wrap-up will be covering the Manville-Pearland game, absolutely, being one of the premier games tonight in 6A.
And then that Cinco Ranch Katy game tomorrow, that one's going to be a big
incredible
one.
And at this point in time, with 4:47 left in the first half, Manville's leading Pearland 17-7.
So 5:01 to go here in the first half. 21-0 the score. Bulldogs leading. They have the ball. Rolling out to the far side is Holcomb, tossing it deep down the field into double coverage, and it's almost caught in and out of the hands of Cromier on the far side of the field. Correction, that was Chris Augustine. Incomplete, and it is a turnover on downs. I'm actually surprised they went for it there, but it almost paid off for him.
It did. You know he wants that pass back.
Goodness
That was
gracious.
just right off the fingertips, and I can tell you, those are the absolute worst. You just wonder as you're walking off the field when you didn't make that kind of catch, what could I have done more just to get the ball in? So that eats with you, but you've just got to shake it off and go on to the next play.
1st and 10 now for the Oak Ridge War Eagles. Now they've got a chance with 4:55 to go to get some points. They get the ball to start the second half. In the pistol is Letney. He drops back to pass looking towards the near side. He's got his man Handy on the near side at the 45-yard line, and it's a gain of 5 yards. So good gain there, as Oak Ridge is going to have to get something on the board to end the half at least.
Now, I loved how Christian Morgan for Summer Creek just ran back up from the secondary and the coverage and brought him down. Good tackle.
So second down, and they mark it 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line. Ledney in the gun. He's got a wide receiver out to the 2 wide receivers to the far side. It's going to be a handoff to Moore, who's going to take it towards the far side. He's going to hurdle a man and get tackled and falls down at the 47-yard line inside Oak Ridge territory, inside Summer Creek territory for a first down.
And on that play, my guess is Coach Rush saw him go up in the air and just said, no.
Not this late in the season, please.
No.
So here comes the snap. It's going to be a handoff, and they're going to throw the flag as a false start is on this one. And it was a handoff to Moore, who had a huge hole to run through. And that's one you're just shooting yourself in the foot. You can't be doing that. You've had all season to get these to become more disciplined, and these are the mistakes you can't be making.
Well, and as they substitute players in this game, which we're going to probably see more and more subs come in a little earlier than normal, just so the seniors will get a chance to play in their last game. We're probably going to see a little bit of this because of adrenaline and just the energy rush.
So 1st and 15, dropping back, tossing quick over the middle, and he's going to make the connection with Townsend, who falls forward, and it's almost a first down. He's going to be just short of the sticks, about 3 yards. But a huge gain.
Yeah, that was an excellent catch, because Jeremiah Reese for Summer Creek was just right on top of him.
Well, that was a good quick 3-step release by Braden Letney. And now it's going to be 2nd down and 3 yards. Well, actually 2nd and 2 at the 39-yard line. Ball in about the middle of the field between the hashes. They've got a man in motion in the pistol. Here comes the snap. It's going to be a handoff, and taking it towards the near side to the 45, down to the 30. Still on his feet, down to the 27-yard line before he's brought down. That's Jamie Moore again, still able to move the ball with those quick feet that he's been showing tonight thus far.
And Chris Williams was there for Summer Creek on the tackle.
So 1st and 10 now for Oak Ridge. If they can get on the board here, they make it a 2-possession game, and they're back in it. So here comes the snap, dropping back to pass, looking right. Now he's going to toss it deep. He's got a man open. It's going to be just off the hands of Lamar Handy at the 5-yard line, and if he had caught that, it would have been 6. But unfortunately, just out of his hands, and that is something you don't want to see.
Again, now just a turnaround, virtually the same thing happened. Another potentially fingertip catch that was just a fraction just too high.
It is a game of inches. It really is. I mean, it literally, he has a half a step more, and he's got the touchdown right there. So in the gun, waiting the pistol. Here comes the snap. He's going to hand it off to, it's going to be Smith this time, taking it up the middle. He breaks a couple of tackles, gains 10 yards on the play, and he's brought down after a gain of 11. The ball, it's a first down inside the red zone, and they're going to mark him down at the 17-yard line. 1st and 10 War Eagles.
Well, Chris Williams and Jordan Williams teamed up to bring him down on that play after a pretty strong run.
So 1st and 10 Oak Ridge. Man goes in motion, and it's going to be a fake jet sweep, and now they're going to hand it off to Smith again, who takes it up the middle for a gain of 3 yards, and he's down at the 15, and it's going to be 2nd down.
JW, one of the things that looks like on Oak Ridge right now, and watching their offense come downfield, some of the you can already tell some of the adjustments that they've made. All their running backs are now allowing for the holes to be open. They're giving the time for the holes to be open, and they're finding out that they're able to run through them a lot easier rather than trying to make it happen themselves.
Here comes the snap. In the pistol. Fake handoff. Now it's going to be a pitch, and it's going to be towards the far side. Taking it down, running over a man is number 7, Lamar Handy, who takes the ball on the reverse pitch. And he takes it down, and he's down at the 9-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd down and 1. Very, very interesting play there. I like the play call.
It was. Again, you can see how the adjustments are made, because Jordan Williams brought him down, but it was definitely Kobe Raphael that hit him, that stopped his momentum so that he could be brought down.
So Oak Ridge is going to take a timeout to talk about it, so let's just I want to remind our fans here to log on to TexanLive.com each and every week to vote for the Cavenders Player of the Week. Then tune in every Friday night into the Houston High School Football Wrap-Up Show presented by Texan Drive to see who Courtney Madden showcases as the Cavenders Player of the Week on Fox Sports Southwest. And also, you know, I want to just mention this. Next week, the playoffs start. So, and we've got a lot of playoff action. We'll be your home for the postseason after agreeing to a partnership with the UIL and Fox Sports Southwest. Get your tickets to the state championship game held at NRG Stadium in Houston following the UIL link on TexanLive.com. Then follow your team on the road to the state championships at the home for Houston High School Sports, TexanLive.com. I'm excited for that state championship to come through Houston this year.
I am. It's been at AT&T Stadium for several years now. I'm glad the situation occurred that brought it to Houston, because now we're going to show how we can put on a championship.
So here comes the snap, dropping back. No, it's going to be a handoff. He's going to take it up the middle, fighting for extra yards, and he gets down to the 4-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal. Very good run there by number 25.
Down to the 4-yard line.
Contrail Green Warren on the carry.
It looked like, I believe, Benjamin McCann had a shoestring tackle preventing the touchdown.
There comes the snap. They're going to be Green Warren taking up the middle again, and the ball is out, and it's on the ground. Let's see who comes up with it. They're still struggling, and it looks like Oak Ridge picked it up.
Number 25 again on that carry. We have a loose ball.
Well, let's see who has it.
Steven Seraphin, number 44 on that recovery for the Bulldogs.
And the Bulldogs recovered at the 2-yard line, and just when we thought that Oak Ridge was going to get on the board, there is a fumble on the 2, and Oak Ridge cannot catch a break. And that's been the story of the game tonight.
Well, you could see as he was struggling to get into the end zone, the secondary came up and just hit him right in the right spot to pop the ball right out. And literally, by the way that it popped out, the only players around it were all wearing purple.
So there is 37 seconds to go here in the first half. Oak Ridge was just trying to get into the end zone. Now the ball is turned over, and Oak Ridge, you know, that's got to take the wind out of your sails. You're thinking, hey, man, we're going to get the ball in the second half. We're about to go be down 14 points, and now it's 21-0, and you get the touchdown. It's 21-7. You get the ball back in the second half. You might be able to make it 21-14 before Summer Creek even touches the ball again. But you turn it over on the 2, so now you're back right where you started. 21-0, 37 seconds to go here in the first half.
And this is going to really be a test for the Oak Ridge defense. Yes, it's a kick in the gut. That's what it feels like. But this is also part of the game as well, as we see another timeout called on the field.
Now they're just trying to I think Coach Ford is like, hey, guys, look, whatever you do not get tackled in the end zone. We don't want to give up a safety and give them the ball back with 36 seconds to go here in the first half. I think that it's a good call just to, you know, go out there and make sure you call the right play here.
And I think that on the other side, I do think that Coach Rush is over there telling his guys, be aggressive, go after, keep your eye on the ball, but go after. If we can get this safety, hey, we're on the board and we get the ball back. It doesn't matter how much time we get the ball back. We'll worry about what we need to do once that happens.
So Oak Ridge and Summer Creek are retaking the field here, as Zach Walker will go back behind his offensive lineman, and he's going to go under center. They're going to go in an I formation, which is something we haven't seen tonight. But they do field a fullback, so they have an I formation. And he's just going to keep it himself, taking it up the middle on that quarterback sneak, trying to get some room outside of that end zone. And that's probably going to just take us to the half. They're not going to want to do anything with this at this position.
No, that was, and I agree with you on that one, JW. That was a great call by Summer Creek. Just run a play to get the clock going and protect the ball, take it into halftime.
So it looks like as the clock dwindles down below 10 seconds, that's going to do it for the first half here at Turner Stadium. Your school, the Summer Creek Bulldogs, leading the Oak Ridge War Eagles 21-0. Stay tuned for the Panera Bread halftime show. We got some halftime action from the two bands from each high school. And then you and I will come back a little bit before the game and go over some scores and talk about the first half a little bit. So don't go anywhere, folks. You're listening to TexanLive.com. Halftime coming your way. It shows 15 minutes, so it's going to be about a half an hour. You're listening to TexanLive.com.
At Panera, we decided a long time ago to avoid the easy road and switch to antibiotic-free chicken. That decision set a lot of things in motion. So now it's not just chickens raised this way. It's more ingredients you can trust. Which has taught us a lesson. Sometimes what you think is the harder road turns out to be the only one worth being on. Panera Bread. Live consciously. Eat deliciously.